Oh, hello YouTube! Okay, so like many of you out there, I have on my computer a few files that I don't really want everybody to see. Now, of course, there are a number of ways to encrypt files, a number of ways to put passwords on programs, and you can use administrative powers within Windows. Of course, you can download security programs if you want to, too, which is all fine and good. But the types of files I'm trying to hide here, I'm not really hiding from the FBI or whoever. It's mostly just my roommates. So what I'm going to do today is show you a very clever method of taking all of the sensitive files and compressing it into what to everybody else will look like is a normal JPEG image. On your screen it'll appear, it'll look, it'll smell, it'll feel like a normal JPEG image. But in reality, when you apply the right programs, suddenly the simple JPEG image expands into a collection of 32 gigabytes of hardcore porn, or whatever it is that we're hiding. Okay, now some of you geniuses out there may be wondering, why don't you just set up password protections within Windows, or why don't you just download some encryption software and protect your files that way? Well, there are a few reasons, of course. Number one, to me, nothing really says suspicious quite like an encrypted file. Number two, I really hate remembering passwords, and I'm not going to do that to myself. And number three, I don't want to download anything. That takes time. And this little JPEG trick, all of the software that I need is already right here on Windows. So why don't we get started? Alright, so what you'll notice here is a very normal looking desktop computer, and that should be because it's my desktop computer. Now I'm going to open up some files. These are not sensitive files. Don't get excited. I'm not going to put that crap out there forever. How about the blog pictures? That's a good one. Pretty decent sized, and I've never actually done this before, so we're learning right now. You and I, we're both going down this hiding behind a JPEG thing together. Now we're going to rename this XXX sensitive don't look. There you go. And we're going to slap it into our new folder. And this new folder is going to be called yeah. Excellent. Alright, so the next step, of course, is to find a place to hide all this stuff. And what we're going to need is a simple, normal JPEG image. That's not a JPEG. Lame. Get out of here. Better. I think we have a winner. Okay, so, Bill Clinton the Lady Killer. We're going to take him, copy, and open up our folder. Paste. Boom, done. Now at this point, we have the first two pieces of the puzzle. We have the secret files, and then we have the JPEG image that we're going to try to hide them behind. But to make this all work, we need two more programs. The first program already comes with Windows. It's called Windows Command, and it's already going to be there. The second program we need is some sort of compression software, and this can either be a WinZip or a WinRar. There's also 7-Zip. Now, some of you may at this point be thinking, well, I don't have any of that software. First of all, shame on you. You should really have that. Haven't you ever been like moving a bunch of files and thinking, gee, this is taking forever? Well, it's because you didn't compress the files first, so pay attention. This is a list of compression software. These top three are free. Just punch them into Google and download your heart out. These other ones are ones that you might already have if you have a parent or an IT person who's normally running this computer. Now with compression software installed, we're going to get down to it. The software in this case is going to be 7-Zip, but it can be the WinRar or the WinZips or whatever else you have. All the compression software basically does is turn big files into slightly smaller files. So we're going to open up the program and use it to find the images that we're trying to hide. So here's all our images, of course, in our folder that we labeled XXX sensitive. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to use this, and I'm going to say add to XXX sensitive.zip. Now everything's been compressed and it's in one convenient zipped folder, which looks just like this. Now the last part is going to involve the Windows command line, but before we do this, I want to rename our files we had earlier, because we're going to have to type them into the command line, and some of them are a little bit long. First I'm going to shorten our zip file to just simply XXX, and I'm going to call this JPEG picture mask.jpg. Now getting to the command line is really easy. All you have to do is open your start menu and type CMD into the search bar, which will automatically open this black box. Finally, we're going to make this all happen. Now the first thing we need to do when we have our black box is type in CD to open our directory. Next we need to find our folder. I remember that it's saved to my desktop, and then I named it XXX. So I simply punch in cd desktop \XXX, and it should pop up. Now at this point, if you're having trouble getting your command line to find the folder that you want, all I can really tell you to do is go to Google and look for help, because I don't really know that much about the command line myself. Finally, we're going to use a command called copy/B, and then we're going to enter the names of our files, and hopefully everything works. You're going to be typing in exactly what I do, except you're going to replace my file names with your file names. So my prompt today is going to be copy/B mask.jpg plus xxx.zip space mask.jpg. I hit enter, and voila, the deed has been done. So, now that all works out, we can open our folder again. First, everything looks the same, and that's a good thing. It really should. What we can do is take these two folders and hit delete, because, you know, if everything went to plan, all of our files are now safely hidden in this JPEG. If I double-click on it, you'll notice that it opens in Windows Preview just like it should. It closes the same. I can spin it around a bunch of times, close it, resave it, everything's going to be fine. So I think the best part about all of this is that once you have your image, you can basically send it anywhere you want, and it still keeps all of our hidden files. To prove this point, I've taken the time to email it to myself. So we're going to pull up my email, pull up my inbox, and we're going to download it real quick. And it's kind of a large file, so it's going to take a quick second. Show in folder. In the meantime, we're going to open up 7-zip, because again, we have to decompress the file before we get a chance to look at it again. And now we're going to go to Downloads, and there it is, mask.jpg. Extract. What's this? And there it is. Okay, that's it. That's all there is to it. It's a pretty simple trick, but it'll get past most anybody who's not paying a whole lot of attention, and it's easy, and best of all, it's free. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching.